Thanks for joining me again today. Today we're going to talk about online shopping, and in this example for this video we're going to use Walmart as that example. Today I'm just going to talk about the 5 basic steps to online shopping. If you've never shopped online before, it can be a little bit intimidating, so I'll just kind of walk you through the basic steps. I'm going to share with you tips and pointers on security. We're going to talk about secure websites, we're going to talk about encryption, and talk a little bit about password safety, as well as payments that you can do online. So what is required to shop online? You're going to need to provide the company your name, your email address. You'll have to either create an online account and go through that process, or you can, in most cases, sign in and do a one-time purchase as a guest. You're going to need some form of payment. In most cases it's going to be a credit card, but there are other forms of online payment that I'll discuss a little bit later. And you're also going to need to provide your contact information, your street address, your zip code, and so on. When it comes to Walmart, and really most online shopping, you can shop, in this case at Walmart, directly through your web browser on your laptop or desktop computer, or you can download the Walmart app on your mobile device, tablet, Android, iPad, iPhone, etc. So the 5 basic steps for online shopping. First is very simply, you visit that website. So you go to, in this case, walmart.com, and you are at that website and you will start to search for items. So just like you would in a retail store, you would search for the items that you're looking to purchase. You would then place those items in a shopping cart. You'd pay for those items, and those items are either delivered to you, or in some cases you can pick up those items at a local Walmart near you. Before we go much further, I want to spend some important time talking about security and what a secure website is and how to know when you're on a secure site. Secure websites use encryption to protect your information en route. So when you enter your password and personal information and credit card information, you want to make sure that that information is scrambled in such a way that it can't be read by anyone else en route. So secure websites use encryption. How do you know when you're on a secure website? That really comes down to HTTP versus HTTPS. So let me explain what I mean by that. In this example, I'm going to use the financial investment website called Vanguard. And along the top of every single website, you have this long white address bar. The reason it's called an address bar is because this reveals the address of the website that you are on. And if I zoom in on that, in that white bar, you see HTTPS. And that means that you are on a secure connection. So if you're about to type in any personal information like your password and account information, rest assured that your information is encrypted. So look for the HTTPS and or look for the padlock in the corner. It depends on what web browser that you use. Some just have the padlock, others have HTTPS, but in either case you can be confident that you are on a secure website. So here's kind of another example. Google Chrome and some other websites actually show you that right up front that you're not on a secure website. And if you are, it'll say secure. It really just depends on which browser you're going to be using. So all the popular browsers out there, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Firefox, Opera, Safari, Internet Explorer, they all have this protocol built into their browsers to let you know whether or not a website is secure or not and whether or not your information is encrypted. But what does encryption mean? Encryption is the coding or scrambling of your personal information so that it can only be decoded and read by the organization at the other end. They have what's referred to as the correct decoding key. So if a third party were to intercept your information en route, that information is encrypted. It cannot be read by that third party. This is kind of just a basic example of what data and code looks like. Everything that we type in is made up of code. And when that code is encrypted, this is kind of an example of what it kind of looks like as a visual. That basic code is scrambled and cannot be read. I've got a very good and short video here that does a really good job of explaining encryption.
These days, we use the web to communicate more than ever, and much of what we say is sensitive. From private email messages to bank transactions, we need ways to use the web with confidence. Encryption, which makes online communication unreadable, is what helps give us this confidence. Encryption is an old idea. For millennia, soldiers have needed a way to send messages that couldn't be read by the enemy. Instead of writing a message using normal words, they substituted letters in a systematic and secret way. This is called a key. This key, for example, is 3 letters, which means moving the alphabet over by 3 letters. And by knowing the secret key, the message could be decoded. This basic idea is what keeps our communication secure on the web today. Instead of using the alphabet, this encryption involves computers and serious math, so the code is nearly impossible to break. Most encryption is managed through 2 different types of keys. They are symmetric and public key encryption. A popular analogy goes like this. Alice and Bob need to send private messages to one another using the postal service. They decide to use a box with a padlock and 2 identical keys, one for each person. With the keys in place, they can send the box back and forth and open it with the keys. This is called symmetric encryption. On the internet, this means that the exact same digital key must be used to encrypt and decrypt the message, and that's a problem. If a key is lost or stolen, the whole system is compromised. And when more people need more identical keys, the risk goes up. A more sophisticated way to share keys, especially on the web, is to use public keys. In this example, Bob sends Alice an open padlock, or public key, and keeps his private key. She then uses it to lock or encrypt her box before sending it back. This way, when it arrives, Bob can open it without having to share his private key with anyone. On the internet, this means that a bank website can automatically provide a public key to your web browser. With the key in place, banking information sent from your browser can be encrypted, so the only thing that will unlock it is the bank's private key. Once it's unlocked and everything checks out, you can do business securely with the bank website. It is this system, behind the scenes, that gives us confidence that information we share on the web can be kept private and secure.
Okay, we've covered secure websites, we've covered encryption, so now let's get to some shopping on Walmart.